This, boys and girls, is how we start building a road. Luckily, we got lots of fill dirt here. So I thought I'd get away from all the noise of the construction site and just give you a little tour of the lower part of the channel as it goes. The little river here goes through our upper lot and our property here. So you can kind of see some of it behind me. Spin around. And downstream some more behind me. That's the upstream back behind me where the backhoe's working at the moment. Trying to carefully walk through here. Nice thing about this time of year being down here, you don't have to worry about snakes or anything like that. So I can almost see right down in this little corner of the channel here. Especially if we get some mild monsoon weather. Behind me, it's a nice little spot to maybe put a little table for some coffee and tea or something while you watch the storm come through here maybe. Anyway, this is the little our little primary drainage here. Sorry, I gotta watch my feet where I'm stepping. There's a lot of little rocks here and bigger ones, small boulders, whatever. They could easily trip and twist an ankle on. Not a good way to start the new year off with a nasty injury. So this is what we want to preserve. Keep the channel flowing good when we have those monsoons. So cheers. Hey, Thane and Judy here. As you can see, our little culverts are not little culverts, but big giant monster culverts are getting buried right now.
They're huge, and this is amazing. I am so excited.
Yeah, we're gonna have a little driveway to finally drive up. There's some other culverts still here, as you can see back over there. But we'll hopefully get to those next weekend and get them in place, as well as the other little ones that are still near the main road, so we have better water flow and control down here. But anyway, we're really starting to see the dream get through here with actual driveways starting to form over these culverts. So cheers.
Okay, cheers.
And so here's another angle of our work going on here, getting these culverts covered up. We're shooting for getting at least 2 feet of soil and rock on top of them compressed, and hopefully good enough to drive over. But the real test, of course, will be getting them strong enough that we can get that 33-ton, 10-yard cement truck over it. Because I'm sure we'll have quite a few of those going up to the top of the property where the building site is. You can see along here the ridge line that leads up to the building site. So progress still being made. The driveway portion that Bobcat or not, excuse me, not Bobcat. So the backhoe operator here is making great progress. We're real happy seeing the driveway coming together here. As you can see, that's a 14,000 pound, 7-ton tractor that's sitting on our 2 culverts. So we're excited. It probably means pretty soon here we're going to be driving the truck up to the top of the driveway now with this being compacted the way it has been. Should be pretty stable for the truck to easily go through, because the truck's only maybe 2.5 tons and he's 7 tons here. So
What we really want is that cement truck.
yeah, will the cement truck make it through?
That's the question.
That's 33 tons. So maybe we'll do some serious reinforcement of the edges of these two culverts. Probably build some forms and pour some concrete and, you know, some rebar and what have you to really reinforce this and strengthen this from the edges too. And if that still doesn't look good enough, you know, the concrete's cheap enough that we could even pour a 6-inch slab over the top of this when it's all done, with a lot of rebar again. And if that doesn't support a 33-ton cement truck, I don't know what will. Okay, we got the chain wrapped around the bucket and the 24-inch plastic culverts. We're kind of dragging them down here to go in this location here at the corner of the driveway right before where the hill starts going up. I know it doesn't show very well probably on the camera, but this is a fairly steep grade on the driveway here. It's always hard to visualize it through videos, but it's still a good grade going up. But anyway, we're slowly getting them down here. Had another road builder, water guy looking at this driveway, especially this area right here, and he recommended both the 24-inch culvert pipes go side by side instead of linear connected together, because there's more water flow through here than what one single one can probably handle on a really bad water storm day on the monsoons. So we will try them side by side. It's only 20 feet, and that's not real long across this roadway. I wish we had two 30-footers, but it is what it is. We'll make it work. There's another closer vantage point. I guess we're getting all that loose soil that piled up inside those culverts out. Yeah, it looks like they are hardly touching the ground on the lower end. Yeah, very little force on it when he drags them, so it should be fine. They'll be going right in through here. So the culverts have been put in place. We can easily roll these down into the trench once the trench is built. We talked about for this corner we'll do about a 6 or 7 foot wide trench. Try to, and 24 inches, 2 feet down, because they're only 2 foot depth culverts. And then lay them in the trench with hopefully a couple feet or so, maybe 3 feet of fill material between them. But this will be kind of exciting, getting this little corner cleaned up where it's a lot smoother drive through it. Uh-oh. Must be hitting the big rock again. I may have to dig around it. Anyway, the digging is started for the first set of the high density plastic engineered pipes, HDPE. Okay, so this trench, or set of trenches, I don't think we've even been digging for maybe 10 minutes here, maybe 15 most. And you can see we're pretty much across the roadway and should be placing the plastic culverts back here behind me now into these 2 trenches. Probably within a few minutes, I would bet we'll roll them on in and maybe get them covered up. Though I should probably backpedal a bit. I'm sure we're going to need to dig the area a little deeper around where the backhoe is now and form a little kind of holding pond, whatever, to try to slow down and let some of the water pool as it's going through the culverts we place in here. So maybe we'll be doing this for a half an hour to an hour. Okay, so here we are, done trenching across the road. Now we're just trying to dig a little pool area to try to capture a lot of the runoff and try to channel it in this direction through the culverts that are going to be at this corner of the driveway. So it's going to be a pretty shallow pool, 1 to 2 feet deep, just 10-20 feet wide, 10-20 feet in length, just something to try to make the water a little more manageable to come through here. Not that I think very much water does, but we nonetheless should invest in a little effort to try to manage the water flow through here a little better. So hopefully we'll be rolling those culverts into place. They're lightweight. I mean, they're hard to drag for 1 or 2 people, but they're easy to roll. So if you can roll it to the site and roll it in, it's a one-man job. So here we go. Okay, now just trenching out the bottom here, the downhill side. Then we should be able to roll the culverts into place and get them leveled off. Got my little level here. Make sure they're running slightly downhill. But not too downhill that the water starts really, going through real fast and accelerating, where it might start really blasting a lot of damage on the downhill end of the little ravine where it empties out at. Okay, we got the chain wrapped around it, giving it a heave-ho here. They're taking it towards the trench to get dropped on in. Doesn't look too terribly balanced, but as long as we can get it in the trench and be able to adjust its position to where we want it, kind of centered in the roadway properly. I think I'll switch the angle around here. Here we go. I think I'll get on the other side here where I can try to guide it in. watching an episode of Nature Preserve Life in Mountain Air, New Mexico. If you'd like to follow along and support our channel, please press the subscribe button and gong that bell to be notified. After all, it's free. Free is a very good price. In the future, we will plan to focus our episodes on our eco-friendly build of earthen construction and dark night astronomy, that big guy there, and tourism of the regional area, as well as establishing a Patreon account for the sole support of wildlife in Deer Canyon Preserve. So stay tuned. Cheers.